All right, guys, we are going to be playing the AMX 1357. Like, nice hand rub for this tank. I'm so excited. We played 10 battles in this vehicle so far. We only have a 40% win rate. I played 8 battles before I went to work today, and we only won 2 of them. We came back, and I've played 2 battles, and they were absolute stomps going the other way. 2 wins, and that was my warm-up. And we're going to start playing this vehicle. So what you have is you have a magazine on this tank. You actually have 7 of them total, so it's not a lot. You have 7 magazines, and it is a 8 shell magazine with a 1-second intra-clip reload and a 15.45-second magazine reload or clip reload total. Total reload, whatever you want to call it. And you do 90 damage a shot, I believe it was. It is 90 damage a shot, and you have 8 shells, so I believe this is 720 damage. I'm doing 9 times 8, 72, and add a 0, right? Let me just make sure I'm right with that. 90 times 8, 720 clip damage potential, right? So that is your potential damage if you empty an entire clip into an enemy, and it's good. But I won't say, compared to the T-71 DA, that it's great, because the T-71 DA, even though it has a longer intra-clip reload, it's only 6 shells, but they hit harder, and also a longer clip reload overall. This thing hits for, I think it's like 150 a shot. 150 a shot. So you have a damage potential of 900, right? So this thing is also ridiculous. But this tank went on sale, and one of the guys who's been subscribed to my channel for a long time told me, he's like, this is on sale, at least on the EU server. I went and looked, it's on sale on the NA server too, and I bought that thing within 30 seconds, man. On my phone while at work, I went on Wargaming's website and I purchased this vehicle because I've been wanting it for years. So we have field modifications on this vehicle. We only have a 2-skilled crew so far, not even a full 2-skilled crew, because I put a brand new crew in it. Standard equipment, right? But even then, I mean, the accuracy of this gun is pretty good. Aiming time is a little trollish, but I mean, if the aiming time was any better, this thing would be ridiculously OP. Not just OP, ridiculously OP. DPM is not really something to look at with these vehicles because it's about the burst and, you know, the clip damage potential, right? It's all about burst damage. Kind of surprising people, flanking people, and just throwing shells into them. View range is okay. Concealment is just a little bit lower than it is on the 1375, because I don't have Brothers in Arms on this either, full concealment, and it's 42.31. So we are setting this thing up with optics, V-stab, and low noise exhaust here, and then I have it with vents, V-stab, and improved aiming for our city setup. Again, we played 2 battles to start off, and we did 1505 damage in those 2 battles and 311 assists. They weren't really spotting games, but with this vehicle, you really want to do damage, right? So that's pretty much everything, guys. I think we've covered everything in just a few minutes here. So very quick intro, and let's get into this tank, man. I mean, I've been very excited to play this thing for you guys. I think 10 battles gives me enough of a understanding of this vehicle, because you can see it played many times, but once you play a tank, like I would argue that you have to play a tank to really get a feel for it, to get a feel for the gun, its mobility. Like, until you play it yourself, I just don't feel like you're really going to fully understand the tank, right? Because I can watch people play other tanks, and you don't really get a grasp of how fast the tank is and how accurate the tank is unless you play it yourself. It's just the way it is, man. I can't really just, you know, describe it in any other way. So we have one other light tank in this game. Actually, 2 other light tanks. I think they're both going that way. I'm going to try and go to the mid here. Hope we don't get wrecked by, like, the Boris at the beginning or something like that. Okay, I thought they were both going left. T-37 is going left. I'm not sure where the Crusader is going. They have a Super Chaffee, a Type 64, and a 1375. And the Boris is also going to be an issue. So let's try and get up into this bush, and if we can't, we'll come back down right away. This bush is always... it makes me nervous, man. I always feel like I'm going to get spotted coming in here. But we're not. We should be okay here. So let's just sit here for the time being. Super Chaffee's here. That should be the T-37 spot, I think. I didn't spot him. I'm going to kind of meander over to this side of the bush line. I like to try and get as far over as I can here. To try and spot people that might come up like in this corner. So the only thing that sucks about this bush, man, is you have all these trees that kind of block your shot. Or your view range, rather, I should say. Actually really surprised we're not spotted here. Okay, I'm gonna go with a APCR clip, and I didn't mention this. You only, actually I think I did. You only have 7 magazines, so I load a lot of APCRs in this thing. It's just the way it has to be, because it's one of those things of like, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense. Just making sure I'm not lit here. It's very rare that you have no one in the mid here. Where did their Borsk go? Was he even lit yet? He is lit and he's over there. Interesting. I think I would really expect that. Did I have a shot on this guy? Alright, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go on reload. I want to take this position. I think if I can get like up in here. Maybe something like this. There's Pasoto. Okay, good. Getting some of that. I'm gonna like go just like this across, see if I'm lit. Because this is a very interesting scenario, and the fact that like no one is contesting the mid here, which is kind of rare in my opinion. So I'm just gonna like make myself a little bush line here and try and get comfortable. Because a lot of people are over in this area. Hope the Pasoto doesn't light me here. Come in like this. I would not recommend doing this normally, guys, but okay. We have to start going for this Cheery, I think. I should have just started unloading into him. Because I don't want my Progetto to die. We're going to come this way. Yeah. I should have started shooting at that guy right away. Uh-oh. Okay, this is interesting. Keep going, please. Please, 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 please. Fired. I'm going to go around him. Interesting. I don't think this guy's a very good player, man. He like shot at the ground when I started hitting him. It was like he got like alarmed or something. Okay, I think we can get back behind this guy. It just depends on if the Cheery is going to push up. So, okay, I'm going to need you here, Crusader. Okay, let's go back this way because I don't want to take a hit from the TS-54. I'd rather get behind the TS-54. What is this man gonna do? Interesting, interesting. We took a shot from both of those guys. I really didn't have to, but 1375 is up top. Getting kind of tunnel visioned here. Just need a little support. A little support would be nice. Because I am putting myself in like a very brawlish kind of situation here. And I feel like there's not a lot of people that are helping. But we have people in the back, so... I don't want to get myself into a crossfire here. Cheery did back down, but I'm just, like, the way these guys are playing, yeah, like, look at the stir, man. Like, what in the world? Okay, stir goes down. And do we have enough shells for the 1375? Because this guy was low on HP. I think he ran. I go on reload. Weird game, man. I mean, people just kind of throwing their tanks into me, so I'm not going to complain, but at the same time, you wouldn't normally get this, right? This is a kind of an interesting game. Okay, Cheery is still here. Like, why is this guy not running away? Okay. Does 1375 push me here too? Or like, is this guy actually going to run away? Like he should. Interesting game. Interesting game. Soda is still here. Okie dokie, 2k damage. That's a decent start. 586 assists. We could have done more assistance here, but it was like we got ourselves into this situation over here with all these tanks. Like I kind of just went towards the red vehicles, the red players, you know? I'm like, all right, man, we're just going to do damage. And that's what you have to do in this tank, man. I feel like it's really all about doing damage with this tank because it's damage potential is just off the walls, man, you know? It's off the charts, so to speak. Okay. So, 2017 damage, 586 assists, 2 kills. I don't think that was that bad, man. I really don't. I think we played it as we should have. I think we played it well. We did what we needed to do. And that's that. So, get into the next one. It's a good start. Top by experience. Like second by damage, I guess. So overall, I mean, that was a pretty good game, man. Let's get into the next one. We might even be able to run 2 magazines of standards, but I just... Man, if I get into a really close game with this vehicle, I'm going to hate myself if I'm up against like a tier 9 heavy and I can't pen him frontally in the like lower plate or something stupid, and I need to do that. I need to be able to do that in some game-winning scenario, and I only have standards. Like, I'm literally going to want to shoot myself in the foot for being that stupid and not, you know, carrying more APCRs, so... Alrighty. This is... What is this map called? Province. So on Province... Do we want to try and spot on this map? Hey, Foley's on the enemy team in the 12 team. Let's try not to pick on him. I'm going to go with this setup, which is Vents, V-Stab, Improved Aiming. And I think we're just going to go to where I normally go, which is always on the opposite side of the map. Regardless of the spawn, I always go over to the opposite corners, right? I think that's the best play. We're going to make it work, and we'll kind of see what happens here. There are 2 other light tanks, so there's 3 of us. They have a DA, so we'll have to be careful of the DA. And they also have a 2801 105, and they have Foley in the 12T, and he's a good player. So, I mean, this should be an interesting game. We'll see what these light tanks do. See what happens here. All of us are going this way too, so this is interesting. I actually like to dive down here because I feel like you get a little bit lower, but hardly. Okay, I think he missed actually. Did he miss? Okay. We're going to go with APCRs. Let's see if we can maybe get a shot into this 2801 105. I want to try and eliminate HP of the lights. That's always going to be the goal. Eliminate HP of the lights or the faster tanks first. Even on a map like this, still want to try and eliminate the tanks that are going to be the biggest threat. The light tanks are definitely going to be the biggest threat all the time. Excuse me, my man. Not seeing much here. And this map is just about crossfire, man. We're just gonna, I guess we're just gonna keep seeing if we can get shots like going this direction. Let's see what the firefly spots here. Okay. Can Artie hit me here? I'm pretty sure he can. That guy's backing down anyway, though. We'll go on reload now. 479 damage. It's not bad so far, given the map. And that there's no shots in this area. Did I hear Artie? I don't want to, like, overstay my welcome is what I call it, right, guys? You take 3 or 4 shots and you move. You don't want to stay for the whole clip. That's what gets you wrecked. You never want to be greedy with these tanks, man. Shoot half the clip and run, so you get unspotted, rinse and repeat. Can we approach this bush in a way where we can remain unspotted? Like this. Okay, never mind, he's going all the way around. I think this is a really dumb play on his part, but he's going to do it. You're about to get wrecked, my man, by the BZ. Yeah, this man's going to get wrecked. I'm just going to let him get wrecked. Let's poke this corner one more time, man. This map is interesting, man. You kind of just have to keep poking until you find shots. I feel like this isn't a map where you can, like, go run around and try and find angles. It just doesn't really work like that, in my opinion. I don't want to start feeling useless, though, man. What can we do here? Where can I put my gun, man, to make a difference right now is the question. I wish this Juto would poke or something. Should I rotate? Oh, there's Foley. Sorry, my man. I will admit to being wrong here. I'm like running right into this guy. Kind of in his path. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game, man. I don't really know where else to go from here. I'm going to try and get some shots going this direction. We don't have to pick on Foley, man. Do I have shots on him? I do want to eliminate him though, because he's a light tank, so... Okay. Sorry, Foley, but... I have to do what I have to do, right? I don't want to, like, not target someone just because they're one of my clan mates that I know, you know? But at this point, I just don't know, man. I'm going to try and start going back to the base. Like, this is normally... it might even be too late at this point. It's so hard because you got to run all the way across and risk being spotted, right? Like, I just don't think it's worth it. Usually you just stay here. Okay, we have spots going in that direction. I just don't think we had enough... Like, if this game was a little bit closer, we might be able to make it work, but I just don't think we had quite enough support. Like, quite enough teammates that were good, you know? Okay, ARL is coming up. I don't want to get hit by people. So we're going to come up like this. Around. ARL might hit me once. We're going to get to hard cover. So all these guys over here still have the render range. Comes the Da. I'm going to check this corner one more time before we go down. Okay, no one else is pushing in. Thought maybe I would catch like the JP or something like that. The other JP is here. Back up. We might even be safe here at this point. I'm not even going to repair my engine. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, this is challenging now. I think I have the gun depression for this. Okay. I was trying to target, like I was trying to see if I can get the other JP and the heavy first. Like hit these two guys first, and then maybe I can take one from the JP, but the T-71 Da ended up flanking. We did a lot of damage, man, but like in this game, like we just needed more support. Our team was very weak. I mean, I could have tried to go back to the base and help, but I don't know, man. I think this was a guaranteed loss no matter what, right? We did a lot of damage, though. It's what this tank can do. We got high caliber out of it, 2,600 damage, and we spread that damage out over a lot of this enemy team. Shout out to Foley, man. I think he tried his best. Looks like he played a pretty good game, man. 2,200 spotting, so I'm sure he was down there on the bottom of the map for pretty much the whole game. And he did well. Looks like he did very well. Got the spotting out of it. I usually just don't spot on this map. If I'm in a tank that doesn't have damage potential, then maybe. But I'm trying to think of a tank that I'd even do it in. Maybe like the AMX ELC BIS or something like that. Or if I'm just trying to 3-mark a tank, I might go down there. But yeah, like look at this team, man. There's no way that we could have made up for this team. So we'll play one more, I think. Like, I'm pretty tired, guys. I really wanted to do a session in this vehicle and give you guys a fully messaged me. Good game, man. Marking, AMX 20. Maybe he already 3-marked it, I don't know. Foley's a really good guy, man. He was always in Steel Guts streams. Nice guy, man. You know. Nice guy. Always wanting to be in Steel Guts stream and just play with everyone and have fun, man. He's definitely one of those people that likes to play to have fun. But he's a good player as well, and good in lights because he watches Steel Guts a lot. So Steel Guts is, in my opinion, one of the most selfless light tank players that I have ever seen, man. He's extremely selfless. So I did learn a lot from him. Alright, this should be an interesting game. They have a DA, a 1357. It's me and another 1357F. Where do we want to go in this game, man? That's the question. C-130 with the PP raise. 1357F is going out this way. I think what I'm going to try and do... I really don't like running to this bush. I just don't like it, guys. I'm going to try it because it looks like both their lights are down below, though, which the 1357F gave us really good information. We know exactly where these guys are. This guy is standard bush. The T-71 Da is trying to do something similar. Let's hope that they stay down there, and then we can kind of own this area, this upper area. But yeah, coming to this bush, man, it's just risky because you get lit, and then you have to, like, run away back into guns that are pointing at you up here. So... let's just go here first. Normally what I would do is I would actually come up and over this hill and just get right here. But I don't know if I want to throw away my tank, being that this is the AMX 1357F, right? Or 1357. Like, this is a very, very powerful vehicle, and I feel like I need to stay alive if it's going to be a close game. But we'll see. We'll see. In fact, looking at this, I think I do want to take that position. Because we sent a lot of people up this way. Dude, please tell me these guys aren't all going to sit here and camp. Like, why do we have a plethora of people sitting here, man? Win the hill. Go up and win the hill. The lights are down below, man. Like, I'm giving you that information. You're not going to get spotted here. I think E4 is going to try and make this play. Do we go with him is the question. Or do we want to stay here? Nice. People are countering the 1357. Good. Getting some spotting on the Tiger. Da's getting lit as well. Okay, E4 might go down. Yeah, he does go down. Let's take care of this Tiger. We'll go with our APCR clip. Is it even worth it to have that, man? Because I shoot a few shells and then I'm never going to use it again until I go through all my APCRs. You guys know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to own this part of the map pretty easily, I think. But they're going to have the south, or the west-south, yeah. I'm going to do this to try and spot people as they come in for now. Can we do something like this? Yeah. Okay. Keep this DA lit, maybe? Like, I don't think this is a bad place to be right now. I don't think anyone's here. Like, everyone's been lit on the map. We're safe to just kind of like dance around in this area. And if we're lucky, some people will start pushing in, but I don't think we're going to be that lucky. I think we should come back and sit here. I think that's our best bet at this point. That's what I'm going to do. I hope this IS-3 doesn't light me. We're getting really close. Yeah, this is just concealment, guys. Like, that was a risk, but this is what concealment's all about. So I think we'll come up here and sit right here so these guys can't cap out. Or we're probably not going to be able to shoot. So, yeah, we'll sit right here and provide view range as these guys come in. I'm going to shoot and see if I'm lit. Okay, I need to just be patient here and hold my fire, because this is kind of close. We got to sit here, provide view range for the team, and just hang out for a minute. Just hang out for a minute, see what we can light. Trying to stay in the bushes. We have to be selfless here, man. I don't want to be greedy with this 8-round freaking clip on this tank, man. It's really fun, but okay, they have someone on the cap. It's probably the DA. If I had to guess. Okay, Liss and JP. Interesting. I'm surprised I couldn't spot them. I mean, it is a little bit of a distance, I guess. Okay, I'm actually spotted here. Let's come back down. So Da, I think, spotted us here. Okay, he goes down. Now we have the view range advantage here. Just come right after these guys. Not worried about the IS-6. He's out of render anyway. And then we can just easily come right here, and we have the advantage on the list. If nobody else can take shots at this guy, we just get right here behind the bushes, and we just obliterate this guy. Ooh, I got spotted coming up there. I think I got spotted as I came up, right? He spotted me like right around the bushes. We were just a little, we needed to be a little more cautious there, and I wasn't. This guy go over here. Like not even paying attention, man. Where did this guy go? There he is. Whatever, man. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I don't think it's going to be long-lived, my man. So you might want to lube up for your death. I'm like coming out of the bushes and I'm like, how is this guy spotting me and I'm not spotting him? Like, what are these game mechanics? But something weird happened there, man. I don't know. I should have known that he was probably like behind these bushes or something weird, right? I don't know what happened there because we were like coming out of the bushes and I don't know. Like we didn't spot him. It was stupid of me not to look at the map though. Like if I looked at the map and I just didn't analyze the map for half a second, I could have determined that he was starting to run this way. I just like wasn't looking at him for whatever reason as he went dark because I didn't really like care anymore because he was the only player left. So, but yeah, that was kind of like an amateur move on my part to not predict him starting to run away. But this wasn't a bad game, guys. 1359 damage. We did 2185 assists. Kind of a weird game. Like, it's really rare, I think, in my opinion, that you lose an entire side of the map on Prokhorovka that fast. We adjusted to it okay, though. We did get spotted by the T-71 Don all, but it was just an interesting game, man. Because, like, getting up into that bush line, that really good spot that we had, we weren't really going to be doing much because the whole team had pushed, their whole enemy team had like pushed to the base, which was just weird. And I feel like that's why the hill is important. You want to take that higher ground. You can see like how fast they won that one side of the map, and they just got like eaten alive, man, because we still had view range, right? So, and our KV4 played a really good game. But yeah, man, it's a good session. I think we'll play one more, man. We'll play one more. I hope I don't blow it on this game because like I'm getting really tired, guys. Just that final like situation there on proc, like again, like I was telling you guys, like I'm not even looking at the map. Like this is what happens when I get really tired, and why I tell you guys it's very important to play light tanks when you're wide awake, because like I'm getting to the point where I'm like starting to do this, right? Like I'm ready to go knock out. It's midnight, you know. I do work second shift, but I'm getting really tired, and when you get really tired, your brain doesn't work as well. You know, it's really the case. Like, it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you guys, like, if you've ever even been in high school or college where you have, like, tests all day, you know, those days where you have finals and stuff, like, dude, by the third or fourth test you're taking, you're so brain dead, right? That it's just really tough. It's really challenging to think everything through and answer all the questions, right? And it's no different than playing World of Tanks. Like when you're a light tank player, you have to be using your brain at all times. Like I don't think World of Tanks is one of those games you have to use your brain often, but as a light tank player, you do. Like as a heavy player, it's just like press W key, go towards enemy, aim at weak spots, press left click, left mouse button. Like, you know what I mean? There's not much to it for some of the other class types, especially Arty. Like, this is why people make fun of Arty. They call them clickers, and oh, you're not using your keyboard. It's not like, it's not to insult a specific Arty player, right? It's just that it's so easy. You just sit there like click, click, and it is what it is, right? I mean, it's very easy play style. But as a light tank player, I have to emphasize once again, guys, like, make sure that you're awake, right? And really pay attention to the map all the time. Like, my eyes are just so tired, man. When I get to this point, I don't play as well. I simply just don't play as well. And Lemming Rush is actually the guy who told me that. He's like, if you're tired or even like not in a great mood, man, you're not going to play well. It's just the case. It is just the case, right? So we didn't have to fire here. I went ahead and shot that shell on the M4. I want to challenge this guy. We might get blind fired now, though. We can poke on this side. I think we should be okay here to poke like this. Okay. Let's go to APCRs now. But we've gotten 270 damage so far. I don't think it's an awful start, but we really need some guys to like press into this area and start brawling, man. Like, this A43 is going to get pummeled. Can we knock some trees here and try and help this guy? Oh, oh. Okay, put 2 into him. Are we lit? We're not. Okay, now I'm lit. Go and reload. Do they have Artie? They do. Okay, there's a lot of action going on in the mid here. It's kind of tunnel visioned. We're going to try and go after this MT-25 though. Okay, he's done. Let's poke this quick. Shouldn't be lit actually. Yeah, okay. This is just not my fight. Panzers. I'm gonna end up like being on top of this Panzer, so. Dude, what are you doing? What, are you mad because I was trying to like come up next to you? I'm just going to sit here for a minute, see if this Cromwell is going to try and poke while we push this, and then I'm going to start pushing along with these people, I think. Because they have a lot of people in the mid, and I feel like we can take advantage of that by just going around, pretty much. So let's do that. There's the Crommy. Okay, AMX is coming up here, though. We're going to counter this. I want to counter this guy. We can do that from, like, right here. Maybe. Okay, this is a very interesting play by this guy. I don't want to leave my location to go all the way over there. I think I'm just going to leave him. Honestly, I want to provide the view range here for the team. And I don't think it's the worst play by the AMX, but I'd rather be over here. I think it's the better play for the team. I'm going to take one shot here, see if I'm spotted. No. Really, nobody should be there, except maybe if like the Hellcat moved or something, because actually everybody has been spotted. Which again is another thing I would have looked at ahead of time, but I didn't. Okay. So 1375 went all the way back. Are these guys going to push? Because if they're going to push, I will go with them, but I'm like trying to figure out what exactly they want to do. So let's support these guys, because we're only going after a Cromwell. All these other guys got lit, right? So let's just push this with the IS. Because I want to really take map. I want to start taking map. I can take away a little bit more map from these guys. Am I spotted here? I'm not. Get right here, just so I can sort of counter this guy. This is why I want to be here to support the IS. You guys know what I mean? You guys see what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to provide basically support fire, right? And when they see the IS, they're good. This is what they're going to want to do. They're all going to come back and crap. Lucky, my man. You are lucky. Okay, that was it. I thought I had one more. 1375 is going to want to clip me out now. Let's run. Run. You Still thought I was on reload, didn't you, my man? You still thought I was on reload. You got greedy, my man. You're probably the best player on their team, from what I can tell. You got greedy. Big mistake. Don't do that, guys. That's why you don't get greedy, man. Don't ever get greedy, guys. Okay, I'm going to reload again. Start pushing towards the 1375. Why am I being shot at? By my teammates. 1375 is the biggest threat now, and we really need to eliminate this guy from the game. Good thing he missed like 2 shots. Good thing, good thing, good thing. Cromwell, Cromwell, Cromwell. I'm dead. I kind of thought the cheetah was gonna like help me out there, man. Like he shot me and then he just like didn't even help. Like I thought him shooting me in the butt was him telling me like, light tank, go spot, you know. Dude, pull out and take the shot. Dude, if these guys throw this game, I'm gonna be so mad at myself, but also at these guys. Goodness me. 2546 damage, guys, 277 assists. And at the end there, we were kind of just throwing our tank into the 1375 because I wanted to eliminate that guy. He was the biggest threat with his clip, and I think we got lucky that we didn't lose more HP being with how aggressive we were here, right? Like, we got really aggressive here against the Skoda M4A1, even though I was pretty sure he was on reload and the 1375. So, I mean, we could have lost a lot more HP there. I think we're pretty lucky. I think that was the only greedy play that I made. Meanwhile, I'm telling the M4A1 not to be greedy, but I went on reload immediately. This guy poked up, thought he can get another shot into me, thought I was still on a longer reload, and not the case, man. I'm reloading right away, and you don't want to poke up and be greedy like that, man. You know, he thought he can get away with one more shot. He was mad that I, like, dumped the whole clip into him, and I don't blame him, but don't be greedy, guys. Because if he stayed alive, it could have been a closer game. You never know. So always stay alive. A 1 HP tank does the same amount of damage as a full HP tank, right? So we'll apply this. I think we played this thing very well, actually, guys. Not spectacular. Like, I definitely could have had a better session overall, but to have a WTR of approaching 11,000, like, that's pretty gosh darn good for me. We won 3 of these battles, and I think that this tank is OP, man. Almost a 6k WTR on the single tank rating. It's weird the way this works, right? Like, if you go to here, you can see the session, but if you go to here, it just shows you that, like, this is always lower than this, if you guys know what I mean. We won 3 of these games. 2132 average damage, 880 assists. I don't think we'll be able to keep this damage number. I think I would be happy doing like 1500 damage or so in this thing, like 2 full clips. I'd like to do even more than that, but I have to be realistic, you know. I mean, we only average around 1200 in the T71 DA. And yeah, look, 60% win rate in this tank tells me that this thing is pretty nasty. Same thing with the 1375. I was surprised we actually hold a 66% win rate in the WZ131. We marked it very quick too. And I did a session on this not long ago either. You guys should be seeing this session relatively soon. It's right now the 22nd. You might not see this session until February, right? It's January 22nd today. But okay, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this session, right? I couldn't wait to play this vehicle for you guys, and I'm certain that you guys will like to watch this vehicle in action, right? It's a very, very, very fun tank, and I like this whole tech tree. I mean, even going up all the way to the AMX 13105, even though I've never played it, I've gone up to the, I think on my old account, the 1390, back when I had no idea what I was doing. But all these tanks, I mean, this is obviously the premium, but all these tanks in this tech tree are insanely fun to play, man. We're now on the Batchat 12T. I think I have it 1 marked right now over 66 battles. And the games have been really weird, man. We're averaging 1327 damage with a 58% win rate over these 66 battles. But these tanks are insanely fun because of their burst damage potential, right? Going from tier 6 all the way up to tier 10, and I know people are always going to insult you for playing like the tier 6, like you're seal clubbing, you know, you're playing the 12T, but just play the tanks that you enjoy, guys. And it's not that I enjoy like crapping on the enemy team. I'm saying that these tanks alone are fun, going all the way up to the AMX 13105, because you have 3 shots, and if you know how to use you have 3 shots on the AMX 13105, and I think it's 4 on all the others, pretty much, with the exception of the 1357, right? But I was going to say it's fun all the way up to the 13105, even with good players on the enemy team, right? Just because if you know how to use these clips on these vehicles, you're going to really enjoy yourself. So again, guys, that's it for the 1357, right? We're averaging right now 1760 damage over 14 battles. We only have a 50% win rate, but we had a really rough start. And again, 2132 average damage, 880 assist, and yeah, this is a really high WTR, so I think we played this thing overall very well, and I'm very happy with the performance. I will catch you guys for the next video. Take care of yourselves until then, and bye-bye.